this show going. Miss Felicia fired up today. She has
Come
some
on,
coffee.
Miss Felicia.
She giving us the countdown. I just need quiet in the studio. And we'll get the thing going. You're listening to KGPC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgpc96.9.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya, Asa, Kwezi Dreams, and your man Cat Fitness. We have a very, very special treat for y'all today. Man, how long? Man, we go back like, what, at least 7 years.
Wow, that's a
7
lifetime.
years. We have one of the funniest people I know, hands down, in the Bay Area in the studio today. Hands down. Like, some people are just born
throwing that title around. Is it real?
It's very real. Like, y'all about to see today.
We about to find out.
Can you give a proper introduction over there, Kenya, to who we have in the studio today?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are happy to welcome into the studio here at the Anything Can Happen show, Miss Shea Suga. She is
You gotta put some respect on our name. I don't feel like she's giving a proper introduction.
Okay,
you gotta be fired up today.
I liked it. See, she liked it.
That was too kind.
Over there, be quiet.
He probably drunk a Red Bull or something. You know,
I'm
those
fired up.
workout.
Okay, well, he's
That's
always
a Red Bull.
right.
Yeah.
He's always fired up. So she is hailing from Phoenix, Arizona. She is power, wit, and outright talent personified, y'all.
See? Come on. That's what I like.
She's influenced by a family full of entertainers. And it was through her childhood hobby of dressing up as self-made characters. We're going to hear a little bit more about that today. And showcasing them at family gatherings that her love and innate gift of comedy and entertainment began. Still having an affinity for all things fun and funny, Shea has managed to create a legion of self-made characters, but I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about that. She started her stand-up career in 2005. She has performed in front of many, many headliners. I'm going to let her tell you more about some of these legends that she has worked with and what she's up to now and what's coming up for her this weekend. Happy Pride, everybody. We're going to welcome Miss Shea Suga to the show.
Ooh, thank you. I feel so good and welcome. Hey,
We got Bay Area royalty in here today.
I like it. I like it.
Precious
So, for the people who don't know who you are or are fairly new to the Bay Area, who is Shea Suga?
Shea Suga is from Richmond, California. I was born in Phoenix, Arizona. I came to Richmond, California when I was 10 years old, and I've been here ever since. I am a very loving person. My favorite word is love. Show more love. I love hearts. I'm in love with hearts, and I'm in love with the word love. And I try to show love as much as I can, even when I have to discipline. And sometimes you have to discipline adults.
Oh my
But
goodness.
you do it from love.
That's the
Okay.
Richmond side of
You
the
do it
house.
from love.
Okay.
Though. If I do discipline somebody, it's out of love.
Well, tell us, Shea Suga, what was the last time you had to discipline somebody?
That's
like
right.
an adult?
Oh, yesterday.
Oh, okay. Recently.
Yeah. It
Tell
was
us
my
about it.
mama.
Oh,
I'm just playing.
It's getting better.
That was a joke. No, but just sometimes you have to some people come for you, and just because they're coming for you with that negative energy, they may have had a bad day that day and it ain't even about you. They might, their kids might have got on their nerves. Their parents may have gotten on their nerves, or their spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, and then they don't know how to direct that energy. So
Right.
then they bring it and dump it on you. And instead of me taking it personal, I show love.
Mhm.
But when I show love, I might ice you and cut you off. These earrings is too big for these days.
No such thing. No such thing.
I'll treat this like my earrings, because that's just too much. I'm looking at myself.
It's all
But
good.
anyway, sometimes instead of just like being mean to a person that was mean to you, you have to accept that the fact that wasn't for you. And if you have love in your heart, you can love that person enough to just ice them for a minute.
Interesting.
Put them on ice.
So,
For a
so
minute.
since we're talking about love right now, Shay,
Okay.
you know, our relationship goes back
Yes.
when I used to train you and everything.
Yes.
And you was telling me how you was going to Hollywood and doing big things. And you said
I was dreaming then. I hadn't did it yet, but I was like, that's what I want to do.
and I'm looking at it, I was like, oh, we going to Hollywood. I want to be a celebrity trainer with Shay, right? And she just left me, y'all. She just left me.
I did not. So first of all, I haven't worked out since. First of all, I ain't worked out since. As you can see, I'm a big old juicy thing.
You are good.
Bless your heart.
And first of all, ain't nothing wrong with juicy.
I know, but I can stand to lose about 10 pounds because, you know, I lose it, then I find it. But I'm 53 years old and my metabolism, metabolism is gone. So I do need to work out.
Speak that into existence.
You ain't worked out in 6 years.
So, but listen to this, y'all. I got in my feelings because then I started watching Kevin Hart and his trainer just train, and they was doing their thing. I was like, that could have been me and Shay in Hollywood together.
She Hollywood now.
Yeah, but you know what?
She's been traveling the world.
I would never take you. Much as because you have a beautiful family and children, and you don't need to be on no road. But every time I
gotta feed the beautiful family.
Whenever I get to the point where I can afford a trainer like that, then when I'm in town, or I might fly you in sometimes, and I might be able to afford to fly you and your family. And for the weekend or whatever.
Well, we're gonna focus on me first, because
we focus on you first.
We gotta get paid out here.
So Shay gonna get in the fitness gym with Kat.
Right, and I feel like being on the road would be very stressful, and you might need a yoga instructor for the road.
Now we can talk. You a yoga instructor?
Yes.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry, you're fired.
Yes,
oh my
honey.
God, that quick.
Since we doing drops, you might need somebody to help you manage your money.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're all getting in on this party.
Y'all going on the road, Shay.
Well, I gotta make some money to be managed, honey. But let's talk about this yoga.
Girl, I got you.
Because I get I have sciatic.
I know it
sciatic nerve.
Oh, I know it well.
Yeah, and then my hip is bad, honey.
Okay.
My hip is bad, like Prince. I'm here kicking that leg up all these years.
Right.
And hitting them splits when I used to be able to.
Oh, so, girl, we can get you back in the splits though.
I want to be in the splits.
I do a lot of splits workshops and everything.
God.
Oh yes, honey. Don't get me started. I'll throw down the splits right now.
Okay. Oh my God.
This is turning into a different kind of show.
Yeah,
right.
No,
a comedy show, not a strip.
We did not say nothing about strip.
No, we didn't. Get your minds out together, y'all.
I just want to be able to do the splits just in case one day I had to, like, get up under something.
Oh yeah, get
under my car if I felt, if you could
change the tire too.
Under your car
and
in
then
the
just
split.
get under there. But I want to learn. Girl, that's the only thing I don't have. I got everything else, but I need to learn how to do the splits.
Oh, I got you.
And I want to be able to stretch more. That's all. And I think it'll help my sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
And I know because I did go to I went to the Bikram yoga with all the heat.
Yeah.
And when I got there, it was nothing but seniors in there, right? So I'm feeling like
you.
Right, and me.
Right.
So a senior, junior.
Right.
So when I got there, I had did this cleanse the night before, and I thought and that morning I got up and you get everything out and drinking your water and stuff. And when I got there, it was really hot.
It's 106 degrees.
Yeah, so I got in there and it felt good, and I went to stretching, baby.
Yes.
And those elders in there, they were stretching, doing the splits and doing their thing.
Yes.
And I did a move, and I was coming down, honey, and that heat hit me, and I got nauseated.
Oh yes, I mean the first time I did Bikram, I threw up. I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh well, good. I went to bed.
Oh my goodness, I think I almost passed out.
I almost passed out.
You have to be incredibly prepared.
You do,
and
we'll
talk about that later.
Yeah. That
was my place.
Okay.
That's where I live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, honey, when I tell you, I crawled I had to crawl out there, and I was like, "Excuse me, I gotta go."
Right.
And I crawled because I had to use the bathroom again. And thought I was done.
Right.
But baby, I laid on that cold floor in that bathroom, and hallelujah, the King of God.
Cold floor feels
it
so
saved
good,
my life.
It? Yes, I feel you. So we'll talk about that afterwards, honey. Because I didn't mean to
go take y'all there.
Yes.
But me and you about to be best friends, girl.
Yes, I got you.
All right, I got a quick question for you. Right, certain people have a gift, right?
Yeah.
I call it the gift from God.
Hallelujah.
And I feel like comedy is one of your gifts because certain people try to be funny, and certain people are just naturally funny, and you just one of them people that just light up a room just with your personality and the way you quick with words, right? You just come off the top of your head and you can make things funny. I'm just saying. When did you realize that this was your gift? When did you like, man, I'm funny? Like, was you the person in class that was getting in trouble because you could never be quiet and like the class clown comedian, or was it later on in life that you kind of attached yourself to this?
So as a child, my whole family are comedians. We all crazy.
Yeah.
So it's always funny and fun when you're around your family and family gatherings and stuff. But as a kid, like in the kindergarten, I was like 5 years old. I used to entertain my brother and his girlfriend. And I've been dressing up like an old lady for years, since I was 5.
Uh-huh.
And, my brother used to smoke weed, and him and his girlfriend needed
You saying
entertainment.
used to, like he stopped.
Yeah, that's another story. But anyway, so I would put on my cardigan sweater like the older ladies, and I would go in there and I act like I didn't have no teeth, and I'd be like, "Hello, Shani, what's your name?"
Wow.
And I was 5, acting like an older woman, and I would like shout like the people at church and just entertain them, and they just thought it was funny.
Right.
In high school, I have a couple times. I have failed on purpose to make my friends laugh, to make them think I really failed.
Did you ever hurt yourself?
No, but that's probably why my hip is bad today, because I have done a lot of that acting and falling on the ground and doing the fool. But I used to always love to make people laugh anyway. Now, when I found out that I should do comedy, that was on a fluke, because I had a salon in Hilltop Mall. I am a hairstylist and makeup artist, and I had a salon in Hilltop Mall, and my barber, Notch Tablet, shout out to Notch Tablet, one of the baddest barbers in the Bay Area. He told me that he wanted me to come hang out with him at a comedy club, little hole in the wall to do. They did open mic. So I went to the club and just to watch. This was in 2005, May of 2005. So actually that was the end of April 2005, because when I went, he said, we went in and they said the next girl who's coming up, don't even know she coming up.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shea. This is before I was Shea Suga. And so I went on stage. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill you. So then when I got up there, I was like, I can't do it, y'all, but come next week and I promise you I'm gonna come. So the next week, it was May 5th, 2005, and it was a house full of people. And Lunell was there because she was friends with the host, and she had a show, I guess, that weekend or whatever. So she just came to hang out and wanted to do some time just for her friend Cinderella. Shout out to Cinderella and Lunell. So I got up. I had brought me some material. I had the place was packed because it was really small, and I got up there and I did my thing, and everybody laughed, and I thought and then Lunell closed. So I was like, oh my God, I opened for Lunell. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so
did you already have like a set?
Yeah, I had wrote a set prepared.
Really?
And I had dressed up as an old lady and did my, at that time we called her Mother Gertha. She's Gertha May Valentine now. But at that time she was Mother Gertha. And I dressed up as Mother Gertha, and I did this little thing. And I remember having some turkey necks. I had made some turkey necks, and they was really, really tender. And I was teaching them how to eat the turkey necks and turn them into bones. And yeah, they were shining and all that. You could make jewelry after I devoured them. But so that's when I started. And then from there, I kept going. And that night was explosive, of course, because all my friends and family was there. They was surprised that I was a comedian. So everybody laughed, of course. So I thought I was the funniest ever. And I booked a corporate gig maybe like 3 weeks later for, at that time, it was Pacific Bell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pac Bell.
Yeah, before AT&T and everything.
Yeah.
The mergers.
Yes, and I booked the corporate gig, paying corporate gig that quick, and went, honey, and bombed horribly because I didn't know what I was doing, but I just thought I was funny. And when I got there, they was like, I went up to Johnny Guitar Watson, ring that telephone, ring that telephone. And so I was like, y'all don't know this song. And they was looking like, no. We don't know anything
was it
about
white
that
folks?
song. Who's this girl?
It was white folks?
Yeah, most of them was white.
Okay.
And so I was trying to be funny, and they was looking like, yeah, get her out of here.
Yeah.
But anyway, they paid me. I wanted to give them their money back, but I needed that money, honey, because my car note was the next day. And I was like, I would give it back, but y'all don't need it.
Nope.
Right. And you did your thing. It may not have been the thing that you wanted to bring, but you still worked.
I owed them, but they went out of business. But
your heart is in the right place.
My heart in the right place. But I kept going. So if at first you don't succeed, honey, try again and again and again.
Right.
We fall down, but we get up.
Amen.
And still today, I don't always have the best sets.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it happens.
It
Everybody.
happens.
Michael
Sure.
Jordan didn't have a great game every game.
No.
It comes with the territory.
That's
right?
every
But
artist.
what-
That's every artist.
every artist,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Mhm.
what does it mean to you to be a female comedian? Or do you identify as a female comedian?
You know what? I'm definitely a female, but I wanna be on the same level as the men. You know what I mean? Because we're bringing the same thing. If we both bring it funny, why do we have to be? We should just be comedians. We shouldn't have to be a female
So
or a male.
who's your
comedian.
top 5 comedians?
Cat Williams.
I want to hear
Lunel.
females too. Oh, okay. So I want to hear your top 5 female too.
I don't have a top 5 female.
At all.
She just has a top
Five
5 because
comedians.
funny is funny.
Comedian,
Funny is funny.
Okay, I got like top 5 white comedians, top 5 Latino comedians.
You do?
I've never taken the time to do that.
Wow.
And that's you, Sagittarius.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just kidding. But no, I don't have
Top
my
five.
top 5. Cat Williams,
Okay.
Wow, number 1.
Lunel,
Lunel.
and it ain't because I'm on the road with her.
Wow.
That's how me and Lunel ended up. Like, we didn't even know we was cousins. Our grandparents are siblings.
What?
Yeah, so we just developed a relationship, and Lunel is hard. It's hard to get into a relationship with Lunel because she's a cutthroat. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she'll give you her last. She's sweet as pie, and she has a big bark. So her bite is not as harsh as her bark.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she's not very approachable at times. But I always loved her, and I got thick skin. And she's the type, she don't deal with soft people, so you have to be tough to fool with Lunel. And she's a legend, and she's hilarious.
She is a
So I've always been a fan before I even knew. You know, I always like looked up to her as a comedian. So
and you're related to her. That's
and
crazy.
and she's the first person when I stepped on stage, she closed back in 2005.
Right.
We didn't even know we was blood then.
That's alignment.
Yeah,
That's alignment.
that's alignment, honey. And it was 555, May 5th, 2005. Don't play with me.
Wow.
Right, honey.
Okay, so who's your next 3?
yeah.
Who's your next 3?
Okay, wait.
Cat
Williams.
Cat Williams, Lunel, Dave Chappelle.
Okay. That's 3.
I know that's 3, but I'm trying to make sure I put these 2 in the right order.
Eddie Murphy.
Dave Chappelle.
What? I want to hear her.
I wanna hear her. Don't jump in there.
Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor. Okay.
Oh yes.
And Gina Yashere.
Who?
Gina Yashere.
Okay, I don't even. know
She's the writer now on Bob Hart's Abishola.
Oh, Abishola. I know Abishola.
Yeah, she's a writer now, but she's a comedian. And I love Gina Yashere. I met her a long time ago on MySpace, and we did the Bay Area Comedy Competition together. She's a Nigerian from London.
Uh-huh.
And so we met on MySpace because I was trying to check out who were the competitors. And so I was like, who I'm going up against. And when I saw Gina Yashere, I said, that's some trouble right there. She going to bring some trouble.
Wow.
And it was something about the vibe she gave through the screen on MySpace. And she had this amazing smile. Google Gina Yashere. She's a beast. And the reason why I love her is because, for one, she came to America and made them laugh at her. Because it's hard to do that. Like, it's hard for us to go other places and you know
be accepted
because they don't really understand us.
Yeah.
But Gina Yashere, she's a hustler, and she was determined, and she fell down and got back up. And I admire her because she came out here knowing nobody, and she stayed, and then LA wasn't doing what she needed it to do, so she moved to New York, and then from New York, you know, she traveled the world, and she's huge in London. And she left home, and she came, and then she went to New York, and then as she was in New York, a producer, if I'm getting the story right now, if she's watching this, I hope I'm getting your story right. But read her book. She has a book called not Cock-Handed. I'm sorry, Cat-Handed. Cat-Handed. Cat-Handed.
Okay.
CACK. Cat-Handed.
Okay.
And I'm in the book.
What?
But anyway, so she, Gina, a producer called. I'm just needing a producer. Googled. They were looking for a comedian, an African comedian. So they Googled African comedian, and Gina Yashere came up.
Wow.
And from that point, they wanted to audition her for a part on Bob Hart Abishola, just to have a part. So by the time they met her and it got so good, boom, she ended up a writer
What?
on the show. So she writes herself in on the show.
Oh my
She
gosh.
still travels and do comedy.
Wow.
And she's very inspiring, and I totally
Best of
admire
both
her,
worlds,
and
yeah.
she's a great friend.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's
Okay. So
amazing.
give her flowers. That's cool.
That's
So
right.
real quick, you know, you said Richard Pryor.
Yes.
Right? Would Richard Pryor be anything without Paul Mooney writing for him?
Yes.
He would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. Like writers is it's like if you take a house and paint that house, that house gonna be a house without painting it.
Okay.
It's gonna still be a house.
Good.
But it's
Paul
an ugly
Mooney-
color.
If Paul that's fine, but it's just the truth. And my thing is Paul Mooney, rest in paradise,
Rest in
Paul. Paul's a
Yes.
beast.
Yes.
But if
Wrote for
Paul
the greatest.
he wrote for the greatest, but it took a great to write for.
Mhm.
Because if Paul Mooney made Richard Pryor, then Paul Mooney would have been on that same level.
Mm.
Paul Mooney, I respect him,
Yeah.
but he was never big like Richard Pryor.
Oh no, not at all.
So Richard Pryor was not made by Paul Mooney. If that's the case, he could have made himself.
Yeah.
And he was who he was. But my
Probably.
point is, Richard Pryor could have got, you pay writers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one day I'll
That's
be able
part of
to
your-
afford a writer.
Yeah, part
But-
of your budget. and
Yeah,
everything.
that's part of your budget because sometimes your mind just go blank after telling so many jokes.
Right.
And you need a writer. Ain't nothing wrong with writing. Like when we
Right.
get up in the morning, we want to put on some clothes,
Yeah.
but it don't change the who we are.
Yeah.
Well, and no, listen, Richard Pryor, in my opinion, my personal opinion, because I grew up in that time,
Mhm,
you know,
me too.
yeah, and Richard Pryor to me was the greatest. You know, I don't know who other people consider to be maybe the greatest.
I
of
say
all
he's a
time.
child of Red Fox.
Yeah, well,
Like Red Fox,
Yes.
then it was Richard Pryor, then it was handed down to Eddie.
I don't
don't
know.
think so?
No, I mean, I think yes,
I
Red
think-
Red Fox was a pioneer for sure. But if you want to go way back, you can go back further than that. We're all
But I'm saying that
children.
style of comedy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think that Richard Pryor was very different than Red Fox in a lot of ways. He had a lot more physical comedy than Red Fox did. He was a little bit more crass and offensive, maybe, than Red Fox was. I mean, I just think that he was a different animal.
And the
yeah.
truth is, everybody can have their own opinion. It's
Oh, yeah.
just like if we put a
That's
plate
right.
a plate of rice and peas on the table.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't gonna enjoy it the same way. We all have our favorites, so nobody's wrong at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
Not at
right.
all. This is
I'm
the
right,
thing.
and everybody else is wrong. Okay, so that's really all I have
I'm gonna
to
say I
Yeah,
believe you because
characteristic.
I need you to teach me how to do the splits. I need.
Oh, I have you.
We're not going
We don't
back to
have
this.
that.
But quick question, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Monique and what she said about Netflix?
Ooh.
So Monique has the right to say anything she want to say about Netflix.
Yeah.
Had it been Joanna Lachey / Shea Suga, I'm going to take the opportunity. So if I feel like I'm not being treated fair, I'm still not going to deny that opportunity. What I'm going to do is get on that platform and show you better than I can tell you. And then once I do that, sometimes you got to show people without telling them. And once I show them, they're going to want me again. And then when they want me again, if the numbers looking good, they're going to do whatever it takes to have me again. And then
Mhm.
that's when I'm going to tell y'all. But I got to get in the
Right.
door first before I show my tail.
You have to
You know
get
what I
in,
mean?
and I think that's one of the things that Steve Harvey was trying to tell
Monique.
when he had a conversation with her
Yes.
about all of the stuff that happened,
Yes.
and then Oprah and Tyler Perry and blah blah
Mhm.
blah blah. I think that what he was trying to say, people called him all kinds of names
Mhm.
for that, but I think what he was trying to say was, you can't make the change that you want to see if you're not in the building.
Right. And you know what? I agree to that. But some things that Steve Harvey, I'm not all the way on his side.
No, I'm not either.
And
Definitely not.
Monique has gone through a lot in
Yep.
the industry,
Yes.
and she's seen a lot. She's been abused a lot in the industry, and a lot of comedians have.
Mhm.
And they put up with a lot. Lunel has put up with a lot.
Oh, sure.
So sometimes hurt people, and they hurt the wrong people. That's what I said earlier. As
Yeah.
far as love,
Yeah.
I just ice some people sometimes, and then if they come back around, fine. But if they don't, fine.
Mhm.
But as long as I didn't do anything to make me feel bad at night.
Right.
But with Monique, she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
She just went through that other stuff with DL Hughley, and they like brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I haven't watched it, so I can't even tell you
Yeah.
because it makes me have anxiety when I watch negative stuff.
Yes.
And so instead of me just watching it, I hear about it, I see memes and stuff, but I haven't taken the time out to watch it and see who was right and who was wrong. Because at the end of the day, we are brothers and sisters. When
Right.
I look at your skin and I look at my skin, you my sister.
Mhm.
So even with your real family, you have fallen out.
Mhm.
Some
That's right.
some blood siblings don't speak for 2-3 years. Some people don't
That's
speak to their
right.
parents for 2 or 3 years, but that don't stop them from being family.
Right.
So I pray that they get back together and fix it. I do know it was very toxic, whatever it is,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I think the common denominator in that situation is hate. And when you have hate with something, that's just going to generate toxic stuff.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
love conquers all, everybody.
Right. Well, the two of them made up.
Love.
The two
Oh,
of them.
good. I'm
they-
glad to hear
yeah.
about that. See, I don't even know that.
Yeah. No. And,
I'm
I just.
kind of selfish
just saw
when it
it.
comes to
Yeah.
watching other people's stuff.
Yeah. And I literally just saw it a few
I'm
days ago
happy
on
to hear that.
accident, and they were. It was really good because
Mm-hmm.
they battled kind of back and forth about
Yeah.
what happened with her and her. She's beautiful in expressing herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's had a lot of pain, like
Oh, yeah.
a lot of pain.
Yes.
And she beautifully expressed herself
Mm-hmm.
in such a way where he could hear her, you know, and then
And he's a Pisces like myself.
Oh,
So
okay.
sometimes we could like go. I've learned not to do that, but sometimes we could be a piranha,
Yeah.
and I've
Yeah.
learned to sit that piranha down and let my goldfish swim.
Right.
Because when we put that piranha out, we could do some damage,
That's how
and then
a
you
lot
gotta
of us
go
water
back and
signs
feel,
are.
and
though.
then you feel sorry,
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't have to do all that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
it
that's
worked
great.
out. It worked out well.
I'm
And I-
so happy to hear that. Now
Yeah.
I'll go back and look.
yeah.
So
It
being
was
that I
good.
know that because I don't want to see no negative stuff.
No, it ended up
much of
really. It ended up really good. So.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So Shay,
Yeah.
real quick,
Mhm.
the basis of our show is mind, body, and spirit, and finances, right?
Okay.
And I feel like laughter is a form of therapy.
Yes.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You know,
Certainly.
people when they come to see you, they forget about their financial issues. They forget about maybe their daily life when it comes to work or relationships and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Like knowing that you have that kind of power based on your personality and laughter, like how do you feel about that?
I really do seriously feel like my comedy is a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I get up and I cuss, I say cuss words, I might talk about sex and how I ain't had none or something like that. But at the end of the day, God knows my heart. I don't mean to offend anyone. I make jokes about my son being autistic, and but then at the end, I let them know how far he's come. So I try to, even though I say little funny stuff, I try to come back around and make it positive. You can't please everybody. As far as
Or
people
try.
forgetting about their finances, I hope I am that funny because even when I'm on stage, I'll be thinking about my money and I hope I get paid when I walk off this
Oh,
stage. They better
absolutely.
have
Like
my
cash
money.
up front.
No, I'm just kidding. But that's a wonderful thing. And I think
Yeah.
when God give you a gift to be in front of people
Yes.
and to speak to thousands and thousands, that's why I respect Cat Williams. Because Cat Williams, he's woke. So he knows stuff ahead. He's such a clairvoyant person, and he's odd. Like he reminds me of Prince a little bit.
Oh,
And I
a
had
little
the
bit.
honor of touring with him and Lunel.
Who Cat Williams?
Yeah,
What?
I
That's
was his,
what's up.
I was his
Jeez.
hairstylist. I wasn't on stage with him,
That's
but
fine.
Give him
I
that
did
clean
his hair
part.
for a while,
Uh-huh.
and I toured with Lunel, so it's a tour within a tour. So I was honored to do that for a while, and I watch him.
Mhm.
And one thing I can say about Cat, he's different from everybody, and he's gone through a lot in his life. And a lot of people have done him wrong. You know what I mean? So
He's hilarious.
he is a
He's
hilarious, and he's a
hilarious.
goat.
Yes.
He's a straight
Yes,
goat.
yes.
But for him to be able to get on stage and tell he's a minister, and if you really listen to him, you'd be like, what does that mean? But if you
Teaching.
really, he's teaching you and he's preparing you. When I never even thought about a food shortage coming until I heard him about maybe 6 months ago on stage talking about a food shortage. But he does it in a subliminal type of way where you have to really think sometimes. So his comedy nowadays it has gotten to he calls himself no a woke folk. He's woke. So he used to just get up and talk about stuff, which still was pretty much a subliminal. He would talk about gas, whatever. But everything that child talked about, it happened. And he would talk about the, basically it is going to be a food shortage, and how the weather is different now, and how they're sending stuff up in the air. Next thing you know, it's freezing in Mexico, and all the crops is frozen now and can't eat. It's so hot somewhere, a bunch of cows died. It's like everything is being so controlled in this world, and I'm too scared to even think about it, because this world is really is going through something. And since COVID and the pandemic and all that, it's like a panic. But instead of panicking, they've shown us that it's getting ready to happen, whatever it is. So I feel like I appreciate Cat, because he's basically letting people know, get ready.
Well, and also I think some of the best kind of comedy is the kind of comedy that is intelligent and is able to teach, because people are coming to be entertained, right? Or watching to be entertained. But if you can leave with something sort of knowledge that you had, if somebody can really get in there, and I think that's a real gift that a lot of comedians have.
And not only is it a gift, it's an obligation to God. Because if God gives you, he performs in front of 18,000 people on the weekend, every weekend, 3-4 days. Cat and all the other guys that's doing comedy on that scale. And when God gives you a gift to be in front of that many people, you can't just be funny. Because you have all these people at your lap. So you have to give something to them. I think I show love, and I do. I'm not, I don't want to say I'm not intelligent, because people get so mad at that. But I can't be everything. I'm a lot of things, but I didn't enjoy school. So I barely graduated from school. I think I may have not ever been diagnosed for having
learning
disabilities like ADHD, that, or my son is autistic. I might have a little piece of autism, but I never was into reading, and unless it was interesting, like, so I could read a love letter, I could read,
you like what you like
and stuff. But I'm not that girl. So but I have a gift.
Real quick, we got to take our quick. We got to take our half of break. No, that was fantastic. We're gonna come right back to it after this break.
And I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Thank you.
We got comedian Shea Suga in the building. You listen to the Anything Can Happen show on KGPC 96.9 FM Oakland, and streaming online www.kgpc969.org. Stay tuned. We got a quick music break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you. Be right back.
We live.
Oh, sorry. Well, I didn't pull my pants down here. Going to the bathroom, man. If y'all come in here and be live, that's another story, man.
You got 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Which one are you? No matter who you are, you still could be a star. I want it all, from tailor-made to a mean Porsche. I'm talking big for the ancestors who clean floors. Took lashes, educated in court classes. Ghetto diploma, my spirit was stronger.
Turn up in the studio.
My baby was a basic. It was a wire from the street like crossing the pavement. Man, I used to hate it. Then the house got raided. My moms couldn't keep it up. The drugs had her faded. Then my granny took me. You know the milk and cookies. You tried the best, but the streets had plans to cook me. Stand the cops, they booked me. I'm on the rock with crooks. Plus some grimy ass COs who was quick to whoop me. Street life and hooked me. Had my family like look at me, but I got smart when the judge threw the book at me. So there you have it, a dramatic savagely rapping, a tragedy happened, but I'm still shining in AGS. No matter who you are, you still can be a star. Come on. No matter who you are, you still can be a star. Come on. No matter who you are, you still can be a star. Come on.
brother.
No matter who you are, you still could be a star. And as the world turn, I yearn for better days, hoping I can make a better way. I'm still a featherweight with vision. I know the life I'm living. It wasn't living, but persistently causing division. Instead of talk to prison, he felt the force within him. And all these haters on my back, I shake them off and flick them. I ran my course and sitting. I made a choice to get it. The pack is running with the alpha because he on his business. I never lost the vision. Possess the force to rip him. His baby brought from RC Avenue, you done lost the like, you know, I'm for the winning. You know it's more than lyrics. Another nigga out of Brooklyn trying to pull the limits. You know the streets is crazy. You know the envy and the jealousy will leave you laying. You know your best friends change when they scream your name. That's why I'm wishing on a star when you see me praying. You sing it, man. No matter who you are, you still can be a star.
Yeah, but when you play it on your Instagram, if they gonna shut it down.
That part of the show we don't show.
You still can be a star.
That's how we go off the Instagram and then come back.
Smart.
So we don't block it.
No matter who you are, you still can be a star. Come on. No matter who you are, you still could be a star.
Y'all bring us back, Quentin? All right. Halfway through the show.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Anything Can Happen show with Cat Fitness, Quessy Dreams, and Ruby Envy on KGPC 96.9 FM. We're here in the studio today with comedian Shea Suga. That's comedian Shea Suga.
I told y'all to put some respect on our name.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Iconic.
World famous. We're going to speak this into the youth. Speak it into the world.
It's Shea Suga.
Yes.
Would you consider yourself famous?
Richmond famous.
Richmond
I'm famous in my city.
That's
Okay.
where I live.
Okay.
Come on
That's
now.
a great
Come
start.
on now.
That's
Yeah,
a great start.
I'm Bay Area famous.
Bay
I will
Area
say
famous.
that. I'm one of the top female comedians in the Bay Area.
You just
Wow.
came back from Arizona.
Yeah.
You traveling. You
Yeah.
don't say you just in the
I am
Bay
traveling,
Area.
but I'm talking about
You
as far as
know?
famous. I'm famous in the Bay.
Okay. That's a
And
good start.
I travel with a famous person who is Lunella. She's famous
Oh,
nationwide.
Yeah. Worldwide.
Nationwide, she's famous worldwide.
Worldwide, I'm
movies.
sorry, worldwide. Yeah, give me the word for you. Yeah, she's famous worldwide. So I'm seen on her platform. She has over 1 million followers, and since I've been on tour with her, my followers have grown, and I have like almost 12,000, and that's like a big deal to me.
That is.
It's a total big
That
deal.
is. You got a fan on our Instagram right now, Erica Smith, the 37 underscore. She
Honey.
said Shea Suga A. She giving you some love.
Hey. So yeah, Lunell, she goes on live a lot, and she go on live a lot, and sometimes I don't even know I'm on her live.
Wow.
And I'll be talking and laughing or cooking or something or whatever.
Wow.
And when we travel, we get Airbnbs, and I can cook my
Nice.
behind off, y'all. I can cook some food.
What you like to cook?
Everything. My favorite thing to do is make sauces. I love to make that
Oh, I
sauce.
love a good
Because
sauce.
ain't nothing like a good sauce, honey.
Like
You got
barbecue
Yes.
sauce? Or like,
I make very good barbecue sauce,
Okay.
but Alfredo sauce
Oh,
and
okay.
We
garlic
have to talk.
sauces. You know,
Oh,
I'm really
wow.
good with seafoods and
Okay.
seafood boils.
So you
and
cook with Lunel.
I cook, I cook for Lunell a
Oh,
What she
lot.
pay you to cook?
Nice.
Oh, for
And
real?
even if she didn't pay me, it ain't even about the money. It's not about the money.
It's
your
about
coins,
the. It's
though.
about the love.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
and
about
the coins.
it's about the love. It ain't about the coin. But
Okay, all right.
So I
I
want to
promise
know, you said, did you say you just came back from Phoenix?
yeah, I just came back from Phoenix where I was born.
Okay.
A lot of my family and friends were there to support. We had 5 shows, which were amazing. At Stand Up Live, one of the biggest clubs in Phoenix. I think the biggest comedy club in Phoenix. And each show was almost sold out, packed house,
What?
and every show was incredible. Every single show
What?
was incredible.
Because one of my closest friends lives in Arizona.
Okay,
And loves comedy.
I
So
hope she came.
it's a he.
He,
Yeah.
I hope he came. When he close, and one of your closest friends, what is he doing with in Phoenix?
Well, I mean, I can't help the way where he lives. You
Because you
know,
went to like kind of like squirming while you were talking about it.
no,
Can't cross your legs, girl. I read body language. Don't say
Oh
that.
my God.
She nervous.
Uh-oh.
One of my
Lord.
closest friends.
I'm just saying that.
I hope her husband ain't listening right
Oh,
now.
Oh my
Even
God,
if
you
it
guys.
is, you gonna learn today.
This
Shay
has gone.
Sugar,
This has gone way over the top.
Shay
Right.
Sugar busting people out on the show today.
I'm sorry.
All lies.
She said, I
Y'all ain't
seen
gonna
that
never
body.
have me back. I almost got in trouble in that new bathroom. I'm sorry.
Oh
She
my
got to
God.
edit some stuff because of me.
She's not gonna edit anything.
Yes,
over
she is, because she put the time on when
Oh,
I said
Lord.
something. I'm not gonna repeat it.
that. Oh my goodness.
But I said something wrong, and she's like, "Let me write that down so I can edit that and take that
It's a
out."
rooster.
Oh God. Anyway, back to so you're Bay Area famous.
Mhm.
And I want to know, like, what is the scene like here in the Bay Area? What is the comedy scene like from your perspective?
This comedy scene in the Bay Area is one of the best comedy scenes worldwide.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people are sleeping right now on us, but the last shall be first. So
Yes.
if they don't know now, they will know.
Yeah.
And that's on Jack and Jill Went Up the Hill. They will
That
definitely
even sound
know.
like how it is with the music game in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
'Cause,
we
you know,
we
the
are
slang and
yes.
everything gets stolen
And they don't
used
know.
everywhere.
Yeah, they don't know us like we know us.
Oh my
You
God.
see what I'm saying? But then one day they will. And
Fever.
if they don't, I'm sad for them, because we give something here in the Bay, and even most people like Lunell from the Bay Area, most people like Kat, you know, they all from the Bay,
Mhm.
and some of them made it out
Mhm.
Yeah.
to show the
absolutely.
world. And I think as long as this world stays still and don't do nothing, and we you know we get to travel and not have pandemics and all that kind of stuff, it's gonna bubble soon.
Well,
Yeah.
the Bay Area is we have so much talent here in all aspects of the
Mhm.
arts.
Mhm.
And so, you know, I don't know a whole lot about the comedy scene in the Bay. I haven't been to a comedy club in probably 20 years or something. I
Wow.
really don't know that much.
We're going this weekend.
I might be going this weekend.
Excellent.
Okay,
Good.
this is Pride weekend, so I am very busy, but I would love to support the comedy
Shea Suga.
situation in this town, and especially my new friend Shea Suga.
Thank you.
And I want to know more later on. I definitely want you to tell us more about what is going on this
Absolutely.
weekend.
We're
Okay,
gonna get to that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure,
sounds
for sure.
good.
Let me ask you this, Shay.
Mhm.
So you're a mother as well, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
How many kids you have?
Two
Ah.
sons.
Two sons.
Yes.
2 young kings. Congratulations.
Two young
Congratulations.
kings.
And how do you balance being? Because your sons are still fairly young, I would believe.
Yes,
what
they are.
In their late teens.
Oh no, my babies are grown. That's why I'm able to be on the road now. So I didn't go out. I didn't go on the road until my son turned 18 and graduated from high school.
Oh, nice.
So I've been doing comedy since 2005, but I had kids to raise.
Mhm.
My
How old
oldest-
are they now?
My oldest son is 23 and my youngest
Oh,
son is 18, and
that's
he'll
still
be
young.
19 July. Yeah,
Yeah,
So
they're
how-
still young.
How did you find the way to balance that? Because you know, since 2005.
I didn't have a way to really balance it when it came on the road, so I waited till he got grown. But my kids are first of all, they have an incredible father. Yeah.
Mhm.
So and a incredible grandmother. So we have a village,
Mhm.
and I'm so blessed to have good people in my kids' life. But I am that hands-on mama,
Mhm.
you know, and I just dedicated that to my kids until my youngest son turned 18,
Yeah.
and
So-
he'll be 19 July 7th.
As a mom, I need to ask you about this because I too am a mom and I travel a lot, and
How old's your baby?
he's about to be 13.
Adorable.
Yes, he's about to be 13, and he is adorable. That is true. But I think a lot of moms feel like they can't really pursue their dreams or start, even like, you know, it sounds like you were pursuing your career, but you were still kind of home,
Yes.
you know, because you had kids.
Mhm.
And so what would you say to moms out there that have a passion, that know they have a talent, that have something that they really want to give to the world, but they feel like they're not doing their children justice
Mhm.
if they even start dreaming about that,
Mhm.
and then they feel kind of stuck, you know, they feel
Mhm.
stuck at home, you know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think you should cast that to God, Tell God what you want, and He gonna make a way. Because at the end of the day, your child come first.
Yes.
And if your baby needs you, you don't want to go on the road and make it and make all this money, but all the time you're not giving your child what you want. So now you're a millionaire and your baby have issues because you wasn't there for the baby.
Money ain't everything.
Yeah, money ain't everything. But the good thing is we have a platform now where you can sit at home on your platform and be seen even better than getting on the road. Because right now, everybody in every city, every state, every world can see us.
That's right.
So we have something now that we didn't have a long time ago. Like even like say with Lunell had to go on the road. She had to make it. She had to go make money for her baby. But her baby was with her baby daddy. So she left her child in good hands. But she didn't have a platform like you have now. Yeah. They got people like Country Wayne making $1 million a month on social media and YouTube and Facebook. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you have people that were smart enough during the pandemic not to go into a depression and a panic like I did, and get on Instagram and end up making $16,000 to $20,000 a month just doing exercises or mixing up drinks or showing doing silly stuff.
I did all the things.
Yeah.
I taught people a jam making workshop. Anything I can do, I did online. So,
online is lucrative these days.
Right.
And it's safe to be home. You can include your kids. And what I do want to say about having children as a mother, and you do, and you know, I got married at a young age. So I was young and I was a virgin till I was 19 years old. So I didn't really I didn't have a lot of men under my belt. Every relationship every time I did it, they say, you know, we together.
Right.
You know,
you just married me.
If you get what? We together.
Yeah.
We together. I'm at your job tomorrow. Bring you your lunch. Me and your mama, we cool. You know, like, or I'm gonna cut you.
Right.
So, but anyway, so when I all day long, and that's on Jack and Jill went up the hill. But anyway, so my thing is, we do sometimes get overwhelmed with family and kids and pleasing everybody and don't get ourselves taken care of. Yes. So there is a balance, because if you decide to carry a child for 9 months and deliver that baby, then you put yourself in that situation, and you have to do that. You have to dedicate it some type of way and just be creative on how you're going to receive your peace.
Being creative.
And your time.
I love that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I love asking all our viewers that come on, like, you're very tapped in with yourself and you're very in tune with your gift, right? What practices do you do on a daily basis when you first start off the day to kind of stay in tune with yourself and with your gift at the same time?
That kind of got me teary-eyed a little bit. Okay, when I get up in the morning, I thank God for waking up, especially these days, because people dropping like flies. I'm at the age now where a lot of people are losing their parents because they're in their 80s and 90s. Yeah. I'm at the age where a lot of my peers have passed. We just had COVID. You know, 1 million people died. So I know that God has given me life today. Tomorrow ain't promised. But it's like, oh, I made it again. And the word time, time, is always stuck in my head. And I can't waste no more time. I've wasted a whole lot of time in my life, in relationships, in different stuff. And time is precious. And if God has given us that time and us wasting it, that's disrespectful. That's like somebody giving you $1 million and you go blow it on crack.
And time is so much more valuable.
Time is very valuable. Yes, it is. And
it
you
is
have
not a replenishable resource.
Amen.
We have what we have.
That's right. So when I wake up, I say, Lord, thank you for giving me another day. And please guide my steps through this day. And if I fall and make a mistake, please put that in my brain so I can try not to do it again. And recently I stopped drinking.
Wow.
I had a weed episode. Recently I started smoking weed.
Episode.
Yeah, I started smoking weed like within
Smoking,
the year.
you got contact.
No, I was smoking weed.
Okay.
I was hitting the weed, getting high.
Okay.
It's legal.
It was totally fun at the time, and I had a great time. But the last time I smoked weed, I had an episode where I felt
Cat Williams episode?
No,
not
no
episode.
Cat Williams.
Like
but I don't know about. I don't know what I don't know about a weed cap.
You don't remember when you came to the Bay Area and they got him high like Too Short and even
yeah.
high as a kite.
Yeah, well, I wasn't on stage, honey, but
Okay.
in my mind, I was about to lose my mind, and so I felt like there were spirits, and so it took me on a straight high where I was so high, I just was like Jesus. I couldn't even. I thought I was getting ready to snap, and I'm in Los Angeles. I got kids and my mama and all that, so I didn't tell nobody what was going on with me because I didn't want them to freak out. So I stayed calm, and I was Jesus. That's all I could say. And so then I called my cousin Fantasia, Tora Troville Walker, honey.
My goodness.
And she could pray. And so I called her. I said, "Friend, I'm high, and I need you to pray for me." And so she started laughing. I said, "No, baby, I feel like I'm about to snap."
Yeah.
And so she went in and she just started praying. And as she was praying, I felt it lifting off of me. But I don't have a problem with people. I don't think smoking weed is not a biblical a God problem. Like, I just think it's not for me because it is from the earth. But I think God allowed me to get high so I could pay attention to there is really spirits out there. Whether you high or not, spirits can touch you. So I think he allowed me to get that high to come out of myself and know that, because I was in contact earlier with this man who had came to visit across the street. I was planting some flowers in front of him.
Was it flowers or was it weed?
There were sunflowers,
Okay.
and he was talking about he grew soil, but he had these black fingernails and stuff. And he looked like a rock star. This white guy, he looked like a rock star. And I don't know if he had some type of demonic spirit on him, and I don't want to judge that, but that made me think about that. And his fingernails were black, polished black, and who knows?
And we are not saying that punk
I
rock
am not
people
saying
with black
that,
fingernails
but when
we know what
is
she's saying.
demonic.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Right.
But as I was high,
Yeah.
and I come from a religious family, and a praying family, and I know, and I say Jesus because that's what I was born on. Since I was a baby, we know Jesus. But some say whatever God you serve. I just serve somebody as long as you're doing good and you believe in karma. The most important scripture I know is, "Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap." You do unto others as you wish to be done, or you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. So anyway, I got that to that, and I was like, spirit. But he allowed me to get high. Now some people need weed. And I think, oh yes, it's medication.
So yes.
If you need,
some people do.
Some people do.
Absolutely.
I don't. You don't, obviously, but some people do because it's medication. There's some people who take Valiums. There's some people who take Motrin.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yes, pharmaceuticals. There's some pharmaceutical extractions which are chemicals which are worse than marijuana.
Absolutely.
We gotta acknowledge marijuana is a drug, y'all.
Yes,
so if you listen to
marijuana is a drug, and so is Motrin, and so is Advil.
So is aspirin.
Yes, they are. And marijuana is now legal. So I'm not talking bad about marijuana, but it's not for me. I can't take a Vicodin. I can't take a Soma.
You shouldn't. That's
it is, but some people need it for their pain.
Some people do, yeah.
So are you saying weed doesn't suffer from
you don't.
I'm saying there are ways the body heals itself.
The body does heal itself
without
indeed.
Everything
most
you
definitely
need is inside of you. Right?
Exactly.
So even with your hip, like doing yoga,
yes,
you know what I'm
most
talking
definitely.
about, right? Cat doesn't smoke.
No,
but you're coming from a perspective of somebody that's never been in such an
yes, indeed.
And
let me say this.
We're
not assuming.
Oh no, I know.
He's at a point where he does like to disagree, and you're perfect for this job. I think you're amazing. You're amazing.
No, you have an opinion too.
I do have an opinion, and you're perfect for this job because you need that.
Right. But what I'm saying is that there are other things.
We just got a million views, y'all.
Like, I know somebody, and I'm not going to speak on this person because they haven't given me permission, although I know he would, who grew up with Tourette's and would never have been able to had started smoking weed in order to stop the tics. And I haven't seen this person have a tic in 30 years. Okay. And so weed has a lot of other things besides, and there's, obviously if you've got cancer and you can't eat. I'm talking about stuff like that. Like you have cancer, you can't eat. You have serious inflammation. Can I say this
really quick?
Yeah.
Pharmaceutically, there is a drug called Marigold that the doctors prescribe for cancer patients who cannot eat and who get nauseated.
Mhm.
And it's marijuana, but they put it in a pill form.
It's
And
an
when they
extract.
take it, it gives them an appetite and it doesn't take them on this high. Now, let me just finish my
Like CBD.
story really quick.
Right.
So with my story, anyway, I'm gonna make it quick because I know we got to go. So I had got so high. I just called Fran. Fran, please, seriously, pray for me. When she prayed for me, I felt it lift. And then after that, I just got scared and turned off on it. So to me, God was saying to myself, be mindful of the people that you're around and people who come in your circle. Be guarded and have your spiritual guard on, because there's a lot of vultures out there who want to get you, because I'm a threat to the enemy, because what I do is show love. So when I come out showing love and I speak this and speak that, those are the ones the enemy want to get. Now, if I was hanging out at the dope house and being mean and mad and stealing and killing, he cool. I'm good. But I'm a chosen child of God. So, and I do it in a way where I'm who I am. And I'm a threat to the enemy because I want to bring people together. I want to make people love on each other. As far as the weed thing, we need to have another conversation about that, because I'm not speaking against weed.
No.
I'm just saying it turned me off of it because it scared me like I was going to snap.
And it's not for
And
everybody.
when it did that, then I said, oh, now wine and spirit. So alcohol is a spirit, and then they call wine. So I said, well, since alcohol is a spirit, I'm scared of that too. So I stopped drinking. I used to drink vodka and have a shot of vodka before I go on stage. I just stopped it. So then next thing you know, I was like, well, I might as well stop the champagne, because, they call me Shea Pain on the road. That's how much champagne I've had. And it just left me. Like effortlessly. So I feel like God took that away from me. But do I judge others that do it?
Right.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because everybody have some type of thing that they do that the other person might. You got people who are sober, but they go home and get on YouTube and watch inappropriate things. They might have this fantasy about doing stuff.
They might be a porn addict
that they can't share with the world. Like everybody have some type of addiction in their life.
So
but to me, if you're doing it in your house and you ain't bothering
you
nobody,
don't hurt nobody else,
and you ain't touching on no kids, even if you've been touched as a child and you still psychologically have that type of thing, well, that's natural to you, but it don't mean you have to touch that actual child.
Well, now we're getting into the
Yeah.
mental health aspect.
So that's another thing.
We gotta get you coming back to another
We
episode.
haven't even talked about this weekend.
And
Yeah, we gotta talk about this weekend, Shay.
We need to know.
Okay, because we're getting ready to stop. But that's what I'm going to say. We have to learn to love on people and understand why they do things, but you do know better. Some people do certain things, but you're not finna go in no bank and say, stick them up, give me it, because you're going to jail.
Right.
So if you're going to get caught, you might not do certain things. You might, you know what I'm saying? So to me, you need to be mindful and think about God is watching, but even bigger than that, you watching yourself. And how do you sleep at night when you doing something you ain't got no business?
Some people sleep really well.
Yeah, because some people don't believe in God, so that's not for everybody either.
Right.
Exactly.
So they may be
That's
right.
why they do what they do.
Let's tap into this weekend, y'all. What we got going
that's
on?
fine too, but
What we got going on?
okay, so this weekend we have Tim Bay and Shea Suga and Tommy T's. June, all these J's. June 24th, 25th, 26th. This Friday, which is tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Pride weekend. We have Tim Bay and Shea Suga at Tommy T's in Pleasanton, 5104 Hop Yard Road in Pleasanton. And please go online and get your tickets. I have a stack of tickets right here, which are VIP tickets that I brought. If anybody that's watching want to purchase tickets from me, you can definitely cash out me for the tickets. And my tickets are discounted because they're from me. You can cash out me and I'll leave it at the front desk. So these are $20. My cash app is $Shea Suga, and Shea is spelled like shea butter, SHEA. Sugar is like the way your grandmama said sugar without the R, SUGA. So $Shea Suga, $SHEA SUGA.
And how much are they?
And here they're $20. Online they're $30 and $40 plus the cover charge.
$20 each.
$20 each from me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm giving y'all all free tickets.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, y'all all
You
get
gonna
free.
come party with Shay
Yeah,
this weekend.
What we gotta do? We gotta laugh extra hard.
No, you just bring your tail because you need to laugh.
You got it.
Matter of fact, you take two.
One for the misses.
No, but I have enjoyed you guys. I love each and every one of y'all personalities. I respect it, and you have to have this type of team. Everybody can't think alike. He makes this whole thing pop because he brings that little edge on it where you be like, oh, you want to get feisty with garbage cans.
I just want to see the comedian come out.
I like it.
You shot
Well,
me
if
in
you
my
really
pinky
want to
toe.
see, if you want to see the comedian come out, then come on out to Tommy T's tomorrow,
There it
Saturday or Sunday,
Ooh,
5104 Hop Yard Road. There you go. Give her that.
Yeah, and where can our viewers find you at, like on social media and everything?
Oh,
Shay?
thank you for. I always forget to say that. Okay, yeah. So y'all can find me at comedian Shea Suga, SHEASUGA, on Instagram and YouTube. And right now, I have written with my co-writer. Shout out to Rob. We have created a sitcom, and we have two seasons. There you go. Thank you. We got 2 seasons written with plenty episodes, but we have broke it down to we're breaking it down into a web series where you can see it on social media.
Outstanding.
So be looking out for that. I can't tell you the name of it yet because it ain't copywritten, but
yes,
it's good.
Well, keep your eyes out for comedian Shea Suga. Show up at the Comedy Club in Dublin Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's going to be an amazing show. I'm excited for it. But you can listen to the Anything Can Happen show on KGPC 96.9 FM. We go live every single Thursday there we go. We go live every single Thursday on our Instagram at ach.show. We have a TikTok now at ach.show, so definitely stay tuned. And we also rebroadcast on KGPC 96.9 FM. This is the Anything Can Happen show. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace. We gonna go party with Shaq. You said we going to Sizzler.
That was
we
fun.
going to Sizzler.
Look how cute this outfit is.
Oh, thank you.
That is so cute.
All right, Shay, before you get out of here, we just need you to do a drop for the show.
Okay.
One of my friends follows you.
We're going to have Felicia let us know when she's ready to get this drop. And then
You got some passion.
Shay be fired up. I love Shay energy. Her energy is amazing. Peace out.
Wait, say it again. Prep for the drop. Okay.